welcome to Catholic Life by Kiran. With the celebration of the Mass of the Lord's Supper, the holy and great fast of Lent comes to an end, and the great Paschal Triduum begins, the peak of all our liturgical celebration of the entire year. And this Mass of the Lord's Supper begins with greater solemnity with hymns and procession. And today the Gloria is sung with the church bells ringing joyfully. And once the Gloria is ended, the church bells will not ring again until the Gloria in the Easter Vigil, again with the joy of the resurrection. Until then, the bells are replaced with a wooden instrument called clapper, and the noise that makes gives us a somber feel and mood to the liturgy. And then comes the liturgy of the word. The liturgy of the word, we hear how the Jews celebrated the Paschal festivals. In the Gospel, we heard that Jesus washes the feet of his disciples. And after the liturgy of the word, a significant ceremony of this Mass takes place, the washing of the feet. The priest washes the feet of his parishioners, reenacting the washing of the feet that Jesus did. Jesus washed the feet of his disciples, 12 of his disciples. The God who created the heaven and the earth, the moon and the stars, the galaxies, now takes the form of a slave and washes the feet of his disciples. And the priest also reenacts it. And after this comes the liturgy of the Eucharist. Today, the liturgy of the Eucharist will be celebrated in a more joyful and a more solemn manner, because today it is the day of its institution. Mostly the Roman canon will be used today. The Eucharistic prayer 1 will be used. And at the end of this Mass, no blessings and the phrase "go forth, the Mass is ended" will not be used, because according to the tradition of the Church, these 3 days of the Paschal Mystery, Maundy Thursday, Good Friday and Easter Vigil, are considered as one single Mass. And that's why we don't hear "go forth, the Mass is ended" on Maundy Thursday as well as on Good Friday. It will be heard only during the Easter Vigil with the A word. At the end of this Mass, the transfer of the Holy Eucharist to the altar of the repose takes place. The transfer of the Holy Eucharist symbolizes the procession of Jesus to the Garden of the Gethsemane. And at the altar of the repose, the adoration is held. We accompany our Lord in the agony of him in the Garden of the Gethsemane. And the altar of the repose is not the tomb of Jesus, but it's a place where we accompany our Lord in his agony in the Garden of the Gethsemane. And also another significant event of this Mass that most of us don't notice is the denudation of the altar. The altar is ripped of all its clothes, candlesticks, crucifix and all decoration. The altar becomes bare, symbolizing that Jesus was ripped off his clothes during his passion. Since the altar represents Christ himself, the altar is taken off all its clothes, decorations and candlesticks. It also symbolizes that the church is mourning the death of her bridegroom. And hope this was something new to you. Share it with your friends. And thanks for joining. For more Catholic contents like this, follow and subscribe Catholic Life by Kiran. God bless. Have a blessed Paschal Triduum.